Hi guys, my name is Anurag. I'm a senior sales manager at SellerApp. Thank you all for joining today, and welcome to the webinar. What we'll be doing in the webinar today is we'll be giving you a quick walkthrough of the SellerApp platform and the features and the tools that are included in the platform and how it's going to benefit any Amazon seller. So just quickly, I'll just go through what SellerApp does. We are a data analytics platform which is Amazon approved. So we help uh, you know sellers who are in Amazon at every stage, right? Someone who's just joining, or someone who was even in the advanced stage, who needs very precise adjustments to their account. So our APIs are connected to Amazon, and we get data from them through which we give this data to customers, right? So Amazon, as you know, it might be the largest, or if not one of the largest e-commerce marketplaces, depending on your region. So yeah, sellers do require some help. Without any tool, it is very tough to manage a completely selling on Amazon, completely managing a complete selling process. So yeah, I help sellers throughout this journey at every stage, right? So I'll just share my screen really quickly, and we can go through the platform right now. Just give me a moment. So in the meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can just feel free to drop it in the chat. We'll definitely help you out. How long you've been selling, what is the issues that you're having, your pain points. We would love to hear more from you guys. Thank you. Okay, so once you log in, this is just a demo account, but once you log in, you would see some insights once you connect your accounts. This is how the home or dashboard is going to look like. You can see your advertising performance, your sales performance, and any products that you have tracked. It will give you a little bit of insights into what changes you can make. Any suggestions, any predictions based on the data that we already have, since you'll be connecting your account. So there's just you'll get some quick insights and actions that you can take, and it'll take you to the relevant dashboards where you can perform additional actions and tasks. So let's just go through the complete journey. So someone who's just starting out on Amazon, and then we can later on in the demo we can probably focus on the more important parts for advanced sellers who require with more precise actions in the sales dashboard and the advertising dashboard. So the first feature I would say is the product research feature. Over here, we are helping customers identify products. We give them a good, based on what category they're looking for, we give them an idea of what products you should go for, and you should focus on which products will perform well if you decide to sell it. You need to understand the market before you decide to invest a significant amount of money, right? Since Amazon it's more of a long-term strategy, it does take time to build your brand. So we help you identify what products are going to perform well. So for example, we have these filters over here on the right. You can utilize these filters to kind of figure out a niche product in a category of your choice, and we will give you data relevant to that, and I'll just show you that in a second. For example, let's go in the baby category. You can choose to put any filters, or for the sake of just understanding, I'll just leave this empty, but you can put in the number of reviews, the range, the BSR ranking range, the number of sellers to maybe have smaller competition in that kind of product, all those kinds of details. But we can maybe try something like a baby monitor. And just give it a second, it's just loading. But we give you all the insights over here. You can see the columns, the prices, the ratings, the BSR ranking, the number of sellers that are selling this kind of product, the estimated orders that it's getting per day, and the revenue per day that it's getting, right? So since we didn't put any filters, we are getting very high ranking products, which are which have excellent BSR ranking, which is the bestseller rank, right? Rank 1 is all obviously the best. So this is rank 11, so you can see that they're getting around 1,000 orders per day, 1,100 orders. So you get all these insights, you can track this, and it'll go into product intelligence where you can do further analysis on this. But the main thing over here is we are giving you an opportunity score, which is basically a score out of 100. Our AI and the machine learning is going through all the details of the product and the performance, and we give you a score out of 100. um, where we tell you, uh, what are the factors that are affecting this decision, right? Why are we giving such a score to the product, right? So anything above 60 is what we would say is a decent score. In this case, you can see that the score is above 60. Uh, so the factors breaking down, if you just go through it, the demand is really high. So that's great. The revenue potential is high. But few things that's holding the product back is the the competition is also really high. The profit margin over here, it is not too great. If you see, it's somewhere below average. You can see it's fair. And the PIS index, which is the product innovation scope, it goes through the appeal, the popularity, the reviews, the usefulness of the product. And you can see it doesn't have a perfect score over here as well. It's just a little bit above average, so there is room for improvement. It is not a perfect product. But yeah, so these are the overhead cost is low. So this covers the shipping fees, the storage fees, all of that. What Amazon is, they take a percentage of the of the sales. So yeah, you can see that these are factors. So you can make an educated decision on what kind of product you should sell. You can search multiple different categories, multiple different products until you identify the right product, right? It's very tough because Amazon is already pretty established. It'll be tough to find a product that would have a score which is in the, a perfect score, or, in the 90s, above 90s. So, yeah, so this is basically product research. It's very helpful for new sellers who are joining Amazon. Once you finish identifying what product you would like to sell, ideally the next step is to go into product sourcing, where let's just do the same search that we just did, a baby monitor. But what happens here is we are partnered with Alibaba, where we get the ease of access over here. You get more refined results, you get verified sellers, and it's just the ease of use is the main feature over here, where it's really helpful for sellers to kind of use it all in one platform. You can select your country, supplier's country. You can put in the filters such as, is it a verified seller, trade assured, is it a ready to ship product, the minimum order quantity, and the price range, right? So you can see over here, these are verified sellers who have been selling for 9 years, 8 years, 2 years, 6 years. So these are all trade assured and verified sellers. So, if you decide to go with them, there will not be any issue. It's always, these are really trusted suppliers. So once you can see that the minimum order quantity over here is 10 pieces. So if you decide to change that and increase it, of course, the price will be adjusted accordingly. Though if you buy in bulk, of course, the price will be cheaper. And if you can also check more details to see the specifications of the product, how long they've been selling, what is it's full transparency, right? What are the yearly sales? What is the lead time for the product? So this is not a ready to ship product. If you see there's a ready to ship option, this is not a ready to ship product. So the lead time is 20 days. It's slightly higher. But if you do go for a ready to ship product, the lead time should be much lower. Here it is 5 days, right? So, but yeah, it covers most of North America, SEA, and it covers the regions where the top 3 trade regions are mentioned, and you can see the main products where if you want to find out some similar products that they are selling, you could check them out as well, right? So here it's more baby related. If you go over here, it is more security related, right? So accordingly, based on what you're looking for, uh, you could reach out to the supplier for more information. You could place an order directly, or you could maybe order a few samples, check them out, make sure everything is all right, and then place a bulk order after that, right? So, but what's happening here, SellerApp is not involved in the supplying process. We are just kind of connecting you to the supplier. Okay, so next will be going into the keyword tool. Um, Over here, what is happening is, we are identifying the top. Amazon has hundreds of millions of searches happening per day, and Amazon is all about the SEO, where whatever uh, keywords are there in your title, your bullet points, your product description, all of this. Your products are indexed based on this, and your position is, your ranking is decided based on this and the performance of these products. Right. So to increase your visibility, you do need to identify the correct keywords and use this in your products. You need to target the right keywords for your advertising as well. So those kind of data related, uh, those keyword related and search term related data are provided over here, where you can see the search volume, the monthly search volume, the cost per click for a particular keyword, the match type, the estimated orders that these products are getting, these keywords are getting, and the conversion rate percentage for these keywords, right? So, and we give you a little insights, right? This is, of course, a baby monitor is a very popular product. So you can see it's in the top 1,000 of the Amazon searches. This one is a little bit more, uh, it's more specific, so you can, it's a longer keyword, so it's in the top 100,000. So you can kind of identify, for example, if you don't have a particular keyword, um, like electronic baby monitor, for example, this you're losing out on potentially 7,500 different views and different customers who might be interested in purchasing the product, right? So you can identify, if you don't have something, you might want to add that to your product. So very helpful, the keyword research. The reverse ASIN is next. Here what is happening is uh, we are comparing, it's basically a competitor analysis. We are comparing your product or any two competitors products, to kind of identify where your performance could be improved. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so where your performance could be improved and what keywords you can add, maybe where you should focus your advertising spend on, those kind of insights, right? So I'm just going to randomly select two ASINs to kind of show you an example. Right, so I'm not sure what these ASINs are, but just to give you an example, you can see that the keywords, you can identify what keywords you have versus what keywords another product has. What is the search volume for those keywords that you don't have? What are the advertising spend, the cost per click for these keywords? And maybe if you want to kind of improve, you want to kind of identify only where you're not, you can utilize the filters as well. So if I just remove this, I can just see what I have, what I don't have versus what they have, and kind of identify to see, do I need it? Does it match my product? That uh, I can kind of optimize my product to and increase the visibility using this competitor analysis. Right? So that is something that is kind of a little bit advanced, but of course very, very helpful once again. Next, we'll go into the product intelligence. I mentioned that whenever you track a product, it will show up in product intelligence, where you can do further analysis on this. So let's just go into, let me just see. Okay, let's go for this one. Right. So over here, you can go through. What we are focusing on is, we give you more insights into the listing of the product and the performance of these products that you're tracking. Right. So this is a listing quality score, which is similar to the opportunity score. Here we are focusing on the listing though. So there are two factors that mainly affect the listing, which is the desirability of the product and the discoverability of the product, right? How easy it is to find your product versus, once you find your product, how likely is it that a customer is going to purchase this product, the desirability. So we are giving you the complete breakdown once again. Is it a FBA product? Is your ASIN index? How many backend search terms? Your title, bullet points, product description, is a score for everything, and we tell you where you can improve and what needs to be updated urgently to kind of improve on the visibility. So very important, because the listing is the main. It is kind of like the foundation of the selling is the main. It's the main part for the visibility, right? After, you need to have a good listing. When you compare it, let's say there's a product that's, if your product is much more expensive than your competitor, you need to kind of explain and give them that understanding as to why it's more expensive, the premium, why we charge a more premium price. All of this can be done through the listing, right? So it's very important. It's the foundation of the selling process on Amazon. Uh, the next is the keyword tracking over here. Let me just go back really quickly. Sorry. So we have tracked 3 keywords over here. So what happens over here is, we are based on the keywords that we are searching. It tells us where your product is ranked with these keywords. On which page your product is showing up on, what is the current position of the product, when was it last updated, and if there's any position change, right? So you can kind of identify which which keywords are performing well, which search terms are performing well, and what you can improve on, where if you want, if maybe using one keyword you're coming on page 5 versus another keyword you're coming on page 1, and you can identify which ones you have to focus on and which ones you have to improve, and maybe where you should be spending most of your money, right? So keyword tracking is helpful in that regards. And then there's some suggestions from the product keyword, where we are telling you what keywords you're having in your title, in your bullet points. If it's highlighted, it's already there in the title of the bullet point. So if it's not highlighted, you could, based on the search volume, the cost per click, if you would like to include this into your listing, you can definitely do so, right? So you can see that there's around 498 results. So you can just go through the suggestions over here and identify if it is relevant, then you would, and if it's helpful, you can add that to your listing. And one final thing over here is, you get an opportunity score. Like every product you track, you can see it's a medium opportunity score. So this is a decent product to sell. But the main thing I would say that is also helpful is the product trends, right? So for you can choose the date range, maybe for the last 1 month, or the 6 months or 1 year, whatever it is. But you can identify how the performance of the account has been, right? How's the revenue? Has it been constant? The number of orders, is it going up and down? The price, is it changing? The BSR ranking. So it helps you be confident in your decision. If you're a new seller identifying a new product, after you have done your product research, you can likely go into product intelligence and track how the trend has been for the past 3 months. You don't want to have a seasonal product which will kind of, the sales will dip after a couple of months, right? You want to have a product that will sell throughout the year, right? So you can kind of identify those issues and reaffirm your decision on the product that you want to sell. Right, so that's mostly for the intro. That's for someone who has just started selling, or who's getting into it with the listing, and who's maybe needs to optimize, needs competitor analysis, right? So medium, intermediate stage, and the beginner stage. Now, to get into the advanced stages, we can go through the sales dashboard. Over here, what happens is, you can do this again. Once again, this is a demo account, so there's not much data. It's just to give you an idea of what you should be expecting over here. But you can do your complete profit analysis over here. You can do your complete inventory management over here. You can keep your monthly targets over here, and see the trends, how it's been for your account. So you can put a custom date to see the revenue performance of your account. You would ideally get a graph over here to show you how your performance has been over this month. What is the trend looking like? and you can set your targets where it will tell you how the performance of your account has been, right? If you are close to hitting those, or if you're, ideally, what is missing out from stopping you from hitting these targets, right? And alerts regarding your stock levels, right? Then if you go into the products, you can see an in detail analysis of all, your products, your asins, the SKUs, the SKUs, the revenue, the number of orders, is it active, is it, what is the fulfillment channel, the cost of the goods and the variable costs, exact, all of that, just to see your complete profit analysis over here. And then you can do your inventory management on the next section, where your products, again, very relevant information with the status, the stock levels, the days left, when you need to reorder, all of that. You can set alerts when you're low on stock, and the rate of the sales, how is it looking, and price and status, and the fulfillment status, right? So everything can be managed in one place. Once again, it's a very powerful tool. And finally is the advertising. Over here, this is where most of our customers, we see that they need the most help with, is in this section, um, where let's say if you're spending a significant amount in your advertising, you don't want any of that to be wasted, right? Ideally, you would like no wasted ad spend, but since that is impossible, you want to keep that at as low as it, you can, as reduce it as much as possible, minimize it. So uh, you need to understand how this works and the performance, how you can optimize your account. And if you don't have a tool that helps you with that, the work manual work that needs to be done is very complicated, and it takes some time. So ideally, a tool such as SellerApp's advertising module will definitely help you out, right? We give you insights into what keywords you should be marking negative. You can set automation rules. You can see your complete dashboard and how your performance of your account is all at one place. So I'll just walk you through that right now. So, your PPC spend versus your PPC revenue, what is the average cost of sale, the number of orders, conversion funnel with the number of views, the clicks, and how many orders are coming through that. How is for the past 14 days, how has the trends been, how many conversions have happened from the clicks, or how many clicks have happened from the impression. So a complete understanding of your sales funnel and performance of your account. Since there's no products right now, nothing is showing up, but you would get some insights like I mentioned. The revenue share, how much is coming from automated campaigns, from manual campaigns, and the search term analysis over here. If we go into insights, let me just give me 1 second, right? Guess I'll just switch to the demo account. Okay, yeah. So there's some data over here. This might be one of the demo accounts that we have. So to understand the ACoS, average cost of sale, is a direct relation of how much you're spending to how much revenue you're making, right? So you can see that this customer is spending around 800. If you say that this is in 1 month, $838 in a month, they're getting 10.75K, which is $10,750 from that from that advertising spend, right? And organic sales is completely different. That'll show up in your sales dashboard, but this is just taking into account your advertising spend. So you can see that this is a very good performance, right? If you see the return on ad spend is 15 times. It's above 15 times, right? So if you say 1,000 they're spending, they'll get 15,000 back, 15,400. So what that means is it's a direct relation. So lower, if your ACoS is lower, which is the average cost of sale, it's always better, right? So here, the performance is really good because they might have optimized it over a long period of time. It's not instantly that you will get these kind of numbers. Amazon is about the long term. So, but it's not to say that if you utilize the platform, you could also reach these numbers. If you optimize your account on a regular basis, maybe in a couple of months, you could get these results as well, right? So I was mentioning the revenue, the campaigns performance, search term analysis, conversion funnel, this just to give you an idea on how the data will look. If you go into the insights, you can see, right? So as I mentioned, if you don't have any platform to help you out, you would have to do all these this analysis. You would have to do it manually by downloading search term reports or uh, business reports from your Seller Central account, and it's basically just an Excel sheet with thousands of rows and columns. You have to do manual analysis. You might make mistakes. It's a tedious task and it's a long process, right? So what you can do in maybe a couple of hours over there, you can do the same thing over here and maybe in a couple of minutes, right? 15 minutes if you just optimize 15-20 minutes on a daily basis. So all the data is showing neatly in a easy to understand format, and you can just go through the data and mark it negative if something is not performing well. The platform is giving you the suggestions after you connect your account, right? So it syncs all the data, it analyzes everything, and gives you suggestion based on that. So negative keywords is that. So ideally, you would like to cut down on what is not performing, mark it negative, or maybe you could ignore it and maybe look at it at a different time. But cut down on what is not performing, go into positive keywords, which is the opposite spectrum, where your products are performing well, the keywords, the search terms are performing well, and you know put your advertising spend where it is performing much better and get the most out of it, right? So that's something you can do here. Auto to manual is Amazon has their own uh, kind of algorithms. They have their own algorithms, which is automated campaigns, where they they use their own methodology to target advertising, where you don't have to put in much work. But most of the time, or maybe sometimes at least, the performance is it's not accurate. It's not targeting the right audience, and the wasted ad spend does happen. So ideally, what you would like to do is, once you auto to manual is to identify new uh, revenue areas and keywords and search terms which you could use new revenue sources, right? So when you find out something that is performing, you can just move it to a manual campaign from here, and maybe get the most out of that, right? Optimize it even further. um, Target improvement is for the next column. It is to identify the match type that you can use for that we are suggesting for your search terms, right, which you are targeting. The main three types is broad, phrase, and exact. Broad might have a wider audience but a lower conversion rate. Exact might have smaller target audience but a higher conversion rate, and the cost per click might be higher, right? So there are multiple factors that go into it, but this is just an example. But yeah, we are going through the data of the account and giving you suggestions for search terms that are performing well, and if it's within your budget to move it up, we are giving you suggestions to when you could do that, and you can just click on the button and kind of uh, change the target uh, change the match type of the keywords, and perform the target improvement over here. Okay. The next section is the bid optimization. Over here, if you saw earlier, Amazon, for every search term, they have a CPC, which is a cost per click. What that means is there's a particular range where customers are bidding for the prime advertising spot. What that means is, customers can bid above this or below this to get the first position. But what we are doing over here is we are giving you the most optimal the bid, optimal suggested bid, where you might not have to spend, you might not have to overbid to get a good position in the advertising, right? You might put, so we are giving you that the most optimal bid amount, which you can, and of course you can edit it and make it your own, adjust it to your own convenience. But or you could just update the bid as per our suggestions, or maybe do it at a limit if you want to ignore it. right? So that's what bid optimization is. We're helping you with um, the right amount that you should be spending on the cost per click. Then the positive and negative ASINs is similar to the positive and negative keywords. This is at an ASIN level. So your products will be showing. These are the ASINs where you are putting your ads, right? So your ads might come as a sponsored product, or whatever kind of ad it is. But this is analyzing the performance of your ads on a particular ASIN, right? And if it's not performing well, it will show up in the negative ASIN, and the data will tell you why. So there's no sales over here in the orders, and you've spent around $12, right? So here you've spent $36 dollars. So and you're getting around $80. So the A cost is pretty high, right? Where you could be doing much better, and we'll just check it out on the positive ASINs. But you can just mark it as negative, go into positive ASINs again, which is performing well, and you can see that the A cost is much lower over here. It's like 9%, 6%, 10%. So ideally, you would want to spend on this. Um, okay, so that's just the insights tab where our platform is analyzing everything. We're giving you insights into where your account, your advertising, your wasted ad spend can be controlled and improved on. So the next section is the automation. Right over here, what is happening is you might not be uh, able to monitor. Let's say you have another job, or you're on vacation, or you only check on your account every few days, right? Every 2 days, meaning once on 10 a.m. on Monday and 10 a.m. on Wednesday. So they're in 24 to 48 hours. A lot of wasted ad spend can occur if you're not setting any rules or any customization, uh, or if you don't have any automation templates running. So we help you with that, where you can see, for example, this account has over, it looks like well over 10 rules they have put in. So this helps you control, you can set conditions and boundaries where, if you're not monitoring it, the platform will take these decisions for you and help you control your wasted or your spend, right? Not to let it, keep it in control and not let it go out of hand, right? For example, let's show you a few samples. Yeah, and you can create and modify your own templates. You can just create from blank over here. But for example, the money saver, if you don't get any orders in like 20-30 clicks, you can of course adjust this, create and modify your own template. But you can just, this keyword is not performing, it'll just automatically mark it as negative if you're wasted, let's say $1 per click, and you're willing to spend, you have a daily ad spend and of maybe $100, right? So uh, yeah, so you, a lot of, let's say it's 30 clicks and you don't get any order in 30 clicks, that's $30 that's wasted. So this can just platform, and if you're not monitored in 48 hours or 24 hours, it could be even the full ad spend could be wasted completely, the full $100, right? So this controls that. You can set the rules. If you don't get in clicks, orders in like 10 clicks, 20 clicks, 30 clicks, 15 clicks, whatever it is, it'll just mark it as negative automatically. ROI optimizer, for example, if performance of your product is good, you don't want to wait until the next 2 days to kind of identify that and then adjust the bids or increase the budget. uh, Amazon's all based on momentum, so this can automatically do that for you. If you have maybe 15-20% ACOS and you've gotten like 10 orders, it'll automatically adjust the bids and the budget. So you can just set those rules over here. Very powerful again. Automation is one of the most used features on our platform. Next is the search term explorer. Over here is giving you a full analysis at the search term level, right? Which search terms have been performing, how customers are reaching the products, from which search terms you're getting the most orders. You can just go through the data points over here and sort them, filter them to kind of understand how the products are performing at a search term level. So these are two ways to view your account, right? At a search term level and at your advertising profile at a product level. So these are all your ASINs, your products, and maybe you have this helps you identify which product is performing the best. Maybe you have a certain ASIN in multiple campaigns, you can identify which campaigns are performing better than the other, and kind of utilize, focus your spend on the right areas. Maybe cut down on areas which are not needed. You can do that over here at a product level. So if you just expand it, you can see it. Which campaigns are utilizing the ASINs currently. Next, place the campaign manager. Over here, just over here. Sorry about that. Yeah. So over here, you can see three ways. Based on impressions, the visibility, right? The cost per click, the impressions, the click-through rate, all of that. You can see the conversion cost, and also there's multiple things, right? So the click-through rate and the impressions, the conversion cost, and the orders, and the cost per click, right? Based to how much you're spending. So ideally over here is where you manage your full account. It's the main hub, where you can do a very in-depth adjustments over here to manage your account at a very granular level. So you can check out all the active campaigns. You can see it's a sponsored product ad, or it's a sponsored brand ad. It's an automated campaign, or it's a manual campaign. What is the budget looking like per day, the profits, and everything, right? Everything from the clicks, the conversion rate, return on ad spend, click-through rate, target cost, and the number of orders, right? So you can just set everything up over here. And it gives you the trends as well. So in the last 14 days, right, but it gives you there. So in the last 14 days, is the trends, has it been increasing or decreasing? What is the graph looking like? All of that can be identified over here. And you can do advanced adjustments. You can take bulk actions over here for if you want to adjust multiple campaigns at once. But yeah, that is the campaign manager. It's the main hub. The next section is the report central. Like I mentioned, you don't need to analyze reports anymore, but maybe you want to share some data with someone, or you would like to extract a report. You can do that over here, all in one place. You can just maybe you want to search some report for a particular date range. You can just download it, select the date range, and have that report ready. So it's all in one place. Very helpful. Finally is the history. So every action that you take is tracked, and maybe if there's a rise or sales in dip, a rise or a dip in your sales, you can identify why that happened, go back to that time or date and see what changes you made at that time to maybe help you identify why that happened, right? So everything is tracked. You can go through the data. And yeah, I guess that's a complete overview for the advertising module. So yes, the platform is very helpful for Amazon sellers, and I would love you guys to check out the platform. We do offer a 7-day free trial. So please write to us if you have any questions. Thank you for attending the webinar. And you can always reach us, maybe write to us, what you're selling, your storefront link, your challenges that you're facing, to support@sellerapp.com. I'll just plug in the email as well over here. And please shoot us an email. Please reach out to us with your challenges, and we would love to help you out in the right way. Help you proceed in the right direction, so you don't waste too much of time or money on this, right? You're investing a lot of. Amazon sales is pretty complicated if you want to perform well, so we can definitely help you out here, right? So thank you so much for your time today, and I hope to see you on board with SellerApp, and see you next time. Bye-bye.